of Southern California. Thanks for joining us, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, now, first, can you give us more information on just how bad the drought is in California right now?
Well, it's pretty bad. You've heard the term mega drought. You've heard in January and February, which is typically our rainy season here, it's the driest January and February that we've ever had. And then we're already halfway through March and we haven't had precipitation either. So in Southern California, we get our rain only in a few months during the year. We don't get our rain 12 months a year. So we're coming to the end of when we would be getting precipitation, and we haven't got hardly any.
So Bill, I know that you have tips for saving water every week, a lot of it for watering lawns. Let's talk about ways that people can conserve inside their homes.
True. Yeah, here in Southern California, you will hear a lot about outdoors because it's more than half of your water use, but indoors is still a lot you can do. There's small things that you can do and large things. Obviously, some of the larger items are, the biggest water users inside your home are your washing machine and showers and toilets. So it just depends. Do you have an old washer? Are you in the market for a new washer? If you are, there's really, really water efficient models out there, and we have incentives for that. Do you have an old shower head? The older shower heads use a lot more gallons per minute. And the same thing with something like, depending on bathrooms you have, but with your toilets. You could have a leaky toilet. That's one of the biggest water wastes in a house. In fact, this particular week, per the EPA, is Fix a Leak Week. So EPA wants folks to be looking at their toilets and other things, seeing if they have a leak. It's one of the largest wastes of water in the United States.
And people probably don't know that. And that's the other thing, Bill. We hear so much about conserving water, even outside, cut down on watering the lawn, but I guess not enough of it. So tell us some other tips on how you conserve water outside your home as well.
So outside, the homeowner you had on right before me, beautiful landscaping, California-friendly landscaping, we call it. We have incentives for that. If you think about how much turf is here in Southern California, and you have to water it like you're showing, because we don't have the precipitation, so you have to have an irrigation system to water that turf. If there's turf in your yard and the only way you've been on it is to mow it or pay somebody to mow it, then it's probably turf that shouldn't be there. It uses quite a bit of water, and look to do some drought tolerant landscaping like you saw in that house at the beginning of the segment. That was a beautiful landscape.
So let's expand on that, Bill. Landscaping, as you know, makes a big difference. So what changes should homeowners make to their lawns then?
Well, there's a couple of pieces. One is obviously the planting material, as you saw in that segment. The other is the irrigation system, which have two components to it. One is the sprinkler heads, and each sprinkler head is like a shower head. So if you have a yard that has 20, 30, or 40 sprinkler heads, that's like 20, 30, or 40 showers going off at the same time. So you want to be looking at putting in some type of drip irrigation or micro spray. And also we have smart irrigation controllers, they're called, which basically water, depending on the geography you live in and the temperature outside and the kind of planting materials you have. Similar to the way there's smart thermostats for your air conditioner, there's smart irrigation controllers for your house. So there's a lot of options out there. And again, we incentivize all of the things I've just been talking about.
Okay. We have run out of time, Bill, because I wanted to ask you about some of those incentives or the rebates that you're offering, but we will put it on our website. So
okay,
we want to thank you. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.